Day number 3 of our custom spine ramp build, and it's looking really good. The guys ended up welding this whole thing together. Let me show you.
Hold on. Hey, get the camera away. We're not ready yet.
Really just want you to see this one.
You can't even find it.
This one was a good one.
That's your best one?
No, there's a solid one though. You could show that just until I find the other one.
Still is good.
Oh, here's another one you can show.
There's a couple of them there.
Oh, here it is.
That's your best weld?
That's a nice one right there.
That does look, visually it looks really nice. It's really
That
not
one's very
there.
consistent.
So I'm looking at this thing for the first time after Maddie welded it because I actually left a little bit earlier yesterday. Everything looks good. Now the only concern that I have is I noticed that out of all the 4 sides that could be welded, the top, both the sides and the bottom part, Maddie only welded the sides. So I'm just glad I don't ride anymore. You know, it is what it is. Good luck, guys.
Well, here's the thing, Scott.
I trust my
Good.
We're gonna have 3 layers of wood on there, so it's gonna be sturdy.
And
so.
we're all gonna start dieting.
And
We're gonna be 40 pounds less in about a month.
we're all working on being smoother. So
Nice.
So if you break it, get smoother.
Why don't we just start
Yeah.
building like this in the first place then?
Yeah,
Seems
it's
like
lighter,
everybody's turning their lives around right now.
Exactly.
And I'm just saying, this thing's already like 1,000 pounds. If we did all the back welds and front welds,
Is it really heavy right now?
It'd be. It's
1,010.
ridiculous.
And
It
the
took
one that
3
we're
of us
making
to
today
carry
is
it.
only going to be heavier.
Yeah, it took 3 people to carry this.
Wow. It does look good though. It looks really professional.
And
Though.
I also want to point
Appreciate
out
it.
Pretty shocked that we ended up making
we're
this.
only going to be riding 16-inch bikes on this.
Yeah.
So I really think it'll hold up.
That's a good point. So here is the landing portion of the spine. This is going to be a little bit mellower. So you can see they have the angles pretty much set up right now. Maddie's just figuring out how high it's supposed to be off the ground. How many inches, Matt?
66.
66. That means 5.5 feet. That's what we're going for. But it looks nice. It looks mellow enough that it'll be comfortable to land on, but steep enough also that you can jump it backwards and still can feel okay. But we got to do the same exact process that we did pretty much for the most part. But this time around, we're going to be doing 4 supports. Yeah, 4 ribs.
Or whatever you want to call it.
As you can see, there's only 1 support in the middle of that one. This one's going to have 4 since we have 4 of them. So we got our Millermatic all set up. That's what Maddie's been using. For all of you guys that are wondering what it is, Millermatic 211. We got this thing, 6-7 months ago. Haven't used it, a terribly amount, but it's been awesome so far. First thing we're going to be doing is putting that top piece on, just like we did yesterday. So I figured we'd fast forward a little bit, save you guys some of the stuff that you've seen in the last video, but the guys have been making tons of progress with it. It's looking really good, but there's a very interesting part I want to show you real quick. So the boys are down here measuring the ribs so that you can see that we have the 2 pieces that are welded in there. Maddie and Corey did a great job with that. We have the top part in there as well. Now you can see a strap that runs all the way from this corner to that corner. Now what we're doing with that strap is making sure that this whole piece is square. So we measured the distance from that corner to that far corner, and then that corner to that corner. And we had to make them perfect. So we put some tension on this one, which made the side a little bit shorter, and they're both even now at 164 inches. Brooklyn is on the cutting team, so he's going to be the one making the ribs. Now Maddie and Corey are over here. They were actually doing a lot of stuff.
Mark it out. Let's go.
And this is a little bit of fabrication that the boys had to do. This piece was actually too short, the distance that runs all the way back up to that part. So what they ended up doing was cutting a flat piece out, welding it in there, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty solid, actually. It's really loud in here. There's this constant noise. So we are cleaning up for the day. I'm going to show you guys what we got finished. So this one is definitely a little bit more extra work with the cuts. So we got one side all tacked up. We're pretty good for one day of work, all things considered. But we're actually going to be taking a couple days off because Maddie's actually going on a gravel bike race tomorrow. We're going to talk to him. It's a mountain bike race?
Mountain bike race.
Oh, tomorrow's mountain bike race.
Yeah.
I thought tomorrow was the Bedminster one.
No.
So where's tomorrow's race?
I'm going to Ringwood. I don't know where it is, but it's in the woods in Ringwood. If you know the woods with the mountain bike trails, that's where I'm going.
Is it Pennsylvania?
No, it's New Jersey. It's like the most northern part of New Jersey you could be. It's like on the state line. It's pretty
Never
crazy.
even heard of it.
Yeah, it's going to be like an hour and 45 minutes, something like that.
So this is going to be your second mountain bike race.
Second mountain bike race ever, category 2.
You lost your first mountain bike race.
I got second place. I was the first loser.
What did we learn from that experience?
We learned a lot. Yes,
Nice
we
guys
did.
finished second.
It's the truth. Because Maddie, he led the first 10 miles of an 11-mile race.
Yeah, pretty much it was like an hour and something, hour and 10 minutes long, or hour and 20 minutes long, and I led for like an hour and 10 minutes. And then this dude kept catching up, and I kept like pulling away from him. And on very technical section, I had to get off the bike. So I saw he was like 15, 20 feet back. I was like, oh, I'll just wait for him. I was like, he's been doing really well. I'm just going to let him go by. So I like waited for a second, and I looked at him, and I thought he was an older dude. And as he got closer, I realized that we're no more than 10 years apart, and he's in my age group.
Meaning that they're in the same age
Meaning
group,
we're in the same age group, and I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. So I just let him go in front of me.
Watch out, BK.
Tripped over that.
Watch out,
three
BK.
times.
You and Corey put a stack of metal there. Don't forget about that.
Fight.
Still impressive.
So basically, I just let this guy go right past me, and realized that he's the one who beat me.
You lost the race.
So I had to go chase him, and I did not find him. He was a really good rider. Nothing against him. He's a really, really good rider, but I kind of gave him the win. He should have said
All right,
thank
well,
you.
tomorrow we're gonna be a little more aggressive.
Tomorrow it's going to be 120% because I lacked on my percentage last week.
Well, I'm excited. Good luck. Have fun.
It's gonna be a big
And we'll
day.
be looking forward to it. The very next day, and the landing is complete. It looks fantastic. I think Maddie and the boys did an amazing job. Like, I love all these supports, and it looks very professional. It's crazy to think that we got this welder, 7 months ago, used it like 3 times, and we're able to do this kind of stuff. Are you kidding me? Like, this is crazy. Let me show you some of the best welds. This weld right here, this one looks so good. Maddie did it. He's really getting good with this welder of his, man. It's really cool to see. So, but you can see all the supports he had to do. He had to do even more than he did in the original one, because this one had the 2 vertical pieces compared to this one that only had the single vertical piece. So it's definitely going to be a little bit stronger on this one. It's the landing, so I guess that's important for the most part, but it looks damn good. And we have to build the centerpiece now. So the next thing that we need to do is build the frame that's going to keep it together. So it's pretty basic, actually. It's nothing too complicated. We're going to build a frame out of the metal over there real quick. And then eventually we're going to put the supports in, but we have to remove the doubles where we're going to be putting it on the skate park. So that's going to take some time, but at least we can get this thing done today. And since we haven't filmed since before the weekend, Maddie actually had his race, and I think you guys would be pretty impressed with what Maddie pulled off.
I knew it. I keep seeing it.
What? So
gotta be some
dust all over your
black
face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on this side there.
Yeah, it's a lot on both
All right,
sides.
well, let's leave it then.
So how did the mountain bike race go?
I won. I came back with vengeance. Dude.
Did you have the whole shot the whole time?
I had the whole shot and I stayed in first.
How did
not
you
look
get
back.
to the front of the pack early? Like,
I moved through everybody.
you really just walked
I
to
was
the
the first
front?
one there.
Is that what you did?
Yeah. I went to the coordinator. I said, "When's my group go?" He's like, "They're gonna go, and then you guys are 15 minutes after." And I was like, "Cool. I'm gonna wait in this spot for 15 minutes."
So that's what you did.
So I sat there and just did circles on the front until everybody stacked up behind me. Did some of that, cleaned out where my back wheel is, and I got that was my spot.
Yeah, you had the whole
That was
shot.
it.
You came flying out of
Clipped
there.
in first try. I was out. There was one point where I felt like I was going down this hill and I really lost everyone. I let loose. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. It was really dangerous to me, but I just let loose. I put my head down. I'm like jumping, looking like a freaking downhill mountain biker. And I turned around and I heard like one like hub noise, but I wasn't sure if it was my own. So I didn't know if there was somebody who was actually behind me, but I told myself, I was like, "Matt, you're not going to make this mistake twice." I was like, "You are going to ride your own race until you can't breathe anymore." So I pedaled as fast as I can up this hill like there was somebody who was directly behind me. Got into the technical section where it like kind of weaves. And I'm going through his turns and there was nobody, literally nobody. I'm like going down this hill, like looking up it. And I'm like, wow, they still didn't even reach that spot. I was like, good on me.
That
I was like,
that
I
really
did
is
it.
good on you. Congrats
Yep.
on your big win.
So,
So,
thanks,
what's
I
your next
appreciate it.
race going to be?
So the next race is not this weekend, but the next weekend. And that's the Iron Furnace. So that's an endurance race.
And it's a mountain bike one?
That's a
again?
mountain bike cross country endurance race. So it's just an open class too. So it's no categories. It's just open and like a distance. So that'll be that. And then the race after that, I'm going to enter category 1. I'm moving up.
That's
I'm
big
done with
things.
category 2.
Big things coming up ahead. Well,
So-
we're excited to see.
Category 1 is like
You're
it's
contradicting.
the next class is pro.
Okay, so it's like
next
the
class
thing.
is pro.
It's the thing before
So you're like
pro.
expert, pretty much, I
Gotcha.
guess.
All right.
So I'm going for that. I want to be chasing people. I want to hunt people down. That's my goal.
Okay, well,
There was some
I'm excited.
kid who watches the channel. He rides category 1.
Mhm.
He rolled up. He had the same bike as me, just 3 times as nice.
Was it really? He didn't have the SRAMs on there?
No, he didn't have the SX cranks. He had like nice like gold chain with the gold eagle cassette set up in the
Oh,
back.
no, he had the
He had
E-wings
my exact frame, but it was all raw carbon, but raw checkered carbon.
Ooh.
And he's like, yeah, I watch channel. I race category 1. I was like, oh. I'll see you on the field next time.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna whoop me, but I'll check out his bike from the back. It'll be cool.
Cool. Well, you're doing a great job on this ramp build, by the way.
appreciate it. Yeah.
This looks very
Left side's
professional.
really good. Left side welds are pretty solid. Right side was a little.
I filmed the left side, so
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I have a better angle like this with the left side instead of with the right side. I have to like do all
Where you
these
hold
like,
the.
super strange angles.
makes sense.
It's tough.
Well, why don't we make the
not pedestrians.
why don't we go and make the center frame real quick? Let's do this.
We have to do that.
Come on, let's make it happen. It's going to be super simple. This is going to be a shelf system that the lips are going to live onto, and we're also going to be using this as the center part to keep it from swaying. So we're going to build a square pretty much right now. BK is currently measuring this out. He's going to make some cuts because we have to cut one of these pretty much in half to use the two uprights. The goal is to get it to 66 inches. So factoring in that the base is going to be one of these things. So that's 1.5 inches off the ground. It's going to be 1.5 inches on top. So minus 3 inches equals 63 inches. So the boys are trying to make this level. They're using this magnet that will help with the right angle right there. So that's going to hold it. Maddie's going to try to weld it, but they also got to make sure it's from side to side, straight up, straight down. So the bulb's in the
So
middle.
between Corey's little steps on the one side,
So a little to the
Brooklyn's
left,
little hands on the other side.
right there.
Okay, tell me when.
Go.
So that one's all tacked up. Now we are going to do this side. We're going to repeat the same exact process. How you looking, BK? You look like you're trying pretty hard to focus right now.
Right there.
So now the boys have the top part clamped on. Maddie's going to quickly tack in it. Corey and BK are setting up the other side right now. And so far, so good. So you guys are going to see a live look of Maddie's weld right here. You can see there's nothing
Live?
but the tacks that are on there. Yeah, live. I'm going to show you your whole process, and we're going to show exactly what it looks like from start to finish. So, proceed. Oh, I knew you were going to try your really hardest to make this one good.
Oh, it's pretty chill. The right angles are nice. I don't mind right angles.
It's definitely nice looking.
I feel good about that. Like, I'm confident with that. I would trust the ramp. Some of the other welds, you never know. But that one I feel good with.
So we're now at the point where we are putting the shelf system on here. When I say shelf, it's that piece of metal that they're holding. That's what's going to allow the lip and the landing to sit on there like a ledge, and that's what's going to keep it from falling. So this is the first start of it. As you can see underneath it, there's only a little bit that's touching. So that's the part that's going to be welded on. This is going to be very difficult to pull off right now. So there's one of them tacked on. They're starting to put the other ones on the other side as well. But let me go show you exactly how they're going to sit. So the shelf is going to have this part of the lip rest on it. That's what the goal is. So it should be pretty good as long as our measurements are correct. So Maddie ended up doing about 3 5-inch welds on these. And the whole goal is to hold this upright. So they're going to hang on there, and then we're also going to weld them to the frame itself. So it's should do the job, definitely should. So I think we should call it quits for the day. I think we did a pretty dang good job, and yeah, I'm excited for the next thing.
We're doing pretty good. I'm pretty proud of us.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
We've
I'm
come pretty
so
far.
impressed. So impressed.
I'm glad we let the head engineer finally retire. You know?
Yeah, he hasn't come in the last 2 days, and we've been.
We haven't given him a call.
Yeah, we haven't had the call.
We don't
yet.
need him. He doesn't need us. You know, we've parted our ways.
It's pretty crazy. So,
No hard feelings.
all right, well, let's go load everything up now.